Let's go to Hayato Sakurai taking on the New York badass Phil Baroni. This one at welterweight.
It's pronounced Baroni.
Oh, sorry. Sakurai, 36 wins, 12 losses, and 2 draws. Baroni, 15 wins and 15 losses. Sakurai coming off a decision win over 20-13 Ryo Chonin on December 31st of last year for Dream. So I guess he only fights now once a year at these Dream cards. You can't really hold it against him. Sakurai now 37 years old and has lost 4 of his last 5, despite the fact that he won his last fight. Before that, he had lost 4 in a row. He's been fighting since 1996 and has gone 5-4 in Dream. Did way better earlier on in his career, went 8-2 when he fought in Pride. Sakurai, 15 of 36 wins via decision, 11 knockouts, and 10 submission wins. He has lost 12 times in his career, 4 via knockout, 4 via submission, and 4 via decisions with big wins. He actually beat Shinya Aoki twice, beat Frank Trigg, and also beat Joachim Hansen. Phil Baroni coming off a first-round knockout win over a 9-10 fighter named Rodrigo Ribeiro on August 31st for the 1FC promotion in the Philippines. Baroni, 10 of 15 wins via knockout, 3 decisions, 2 submissions. He's lost, though, 15 times, 8 via decision, 5 via knockout, and 2 via submission, with wins over Manawaman and Ryo Chonin. Baroni went 3-7 in his UFC career. He's 36 years old from Long Island, New York, has been fighting as a pro since the year 2000. This will be his debut in Dream. Baroni has lost 5 of his last 7 now since 2009 and has been training in San Jose with the AKA team. Baroni plus 200, the underdog. Sakurai minus 300, the favorite. 2 guys that I think are way past their prime. Maybe shouldn't be fighting anymore, but I think that Baroni is maybe on a more regular fighting schedule than Sakurai. I don't know if that plays into his favor or plays against him. I think I'm going to go with Sakurai in this fight. I could see Baroni coming in and stealing the show, but Sakurai at home, the guy's only fighting once a year. I think he's going to be ready. I think he's going to bring it. I think he'll beat Phil Baroni.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Sakurai as well. One of those 5 of the 7 losses since 2009 for Baroni came to on a local show in Colorado where he lost to a guy that was 3-9. Phil Baroni, he's a gamer, he's a tough guy. Nonetheless, you could talk about the cage rush for Sakurai, but I like Hayato Sakurai to beat Phil Baroni in this bout.
All right.
But it is like you said. I think both these guys need to hang them up soon.
They're getting there. This could be Sakurai's last fight. This could be Baroni's last fight. And really, for Phil Baroni, this is an important fight. I don't think he's ever been an under 500 fighter, and he could be just that with a loss to Sakurai. At 15-16, it's not looking good for Phil Baroni at 36 years of age, fighting now as a pro for almost 13 years. Satoru Kitaoka taking on Will Brooks. Kitaoka, a heavy favorite, minus 500. Brooks, plus 300, the dog. This one at lightweight. Kitaoka, 30 wins, 11 losses, 9 draws. Brooks, 7 wins, 0 losses. Kitaoka coming off a decision win over 17-5 Katsunori Kikuno on June 15th in Tokyo for the Deep promotion, while Brooks coming off a decision victory over the 10-4 Drew Dober on August the 10th in Omaha, Nebraska. Kitaoka, 15 of 30 wins via submission, 15 via knockout, 0 decision wins. Kitaoka finishes fights with submission wins over Takanori Gomi, Carlos Condit, and Paul Daly. Kitaoka, though, has lost 11 times in his career, 8 via decision, 3 via knockout, never been submitted, which is bad news for Will Brooks, as he has won 4 of 7 via submission with 2 knockouts and 1 decision. Brooks has only been fighting for just slightly under 2 years, has been fighting as a pro since January 2011, while Kitaoka has been fighting since the year 2000. He's 32 years old, while Brooks is 26, from Schaumburg, Illinois. Kitaoka is from Japan, has a 1-1 record in Dream with a loss to Shinya Aoki at last year's New Year's Eve show. He's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Judo. While Brooks will be making his Dream debut, he picked up 2 wins in 2012 and is looking for his 3rd. Odds makers don't like him to pick that one up. Neither do I. Kitaoka is 1 tough dude, and he's going to be very tough to beat. I'm going to go with Satoru via submission to hand Will Brooks his first ever loss.
I like Kitaoka as well. I don't think Will Brooks has ever faced anyone with the experience or probably with the submission skills of Kitaoka. It's, if he wants to win this bout, he better take it the distance, because that's how Kitaoka loses the majority of his bouts. I don't see Brooks being able to submit him or knock him out in this bout. I think the experience level, 50 fights versus, or 50 first fight versus 8th fight, it's kind of, it's a little lopsided in my opinion.
This feels like a win fight for Kitaoka that's being given to him here in his home country of Japan. How about Hiroyuki Takaya taking on Georgi Karakhanyan? This one at featherweight. Takaya, 17 wins, 9 losses, 1 draw. Minus 220, the favorite. Karakhanyan, 19 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw. Plus 155, the dog. Takaya coming off a decision victory over Takeshi Inui for the Dream promotion last year on their New Year's Eve card, while Georgi fought a little bit more recently, defeating 17-5 Micah Miller via unanimous decision on September the 7th for Tachi Palace in California. Takaya has 11 of 17 wins via knockout with 6 decisions, while Karakhanyan 11 of 19 wins via submission with 4 knockouts and 4 decisions. So you really see the opposite ends of the spectrum and how these guys win their fights. Karakhanyan 11 of 19 via submission, Takaya 11 of 17 via knockout. Karakhanyan has lost 3 times in his career only, twice via decision, 1 to Joe Warren and 1 via knockout in the Bellator promotion to the very tough Patricio Pitbull in 2011. Karakhanyan is, though, on a 5-fight win streak. This will be his Dream debut. He went 2-2 in Bellator, but then became the Tachi Palace featherweight champion. Karakhanyan, 27 years old, has been fighting since 2006. He's born in Moscow, Russia, but fights out of Riverside, California, with a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Takaya, 8 years his senior. He's from Japan, has been fighting since 2003, has won now 2 in a row. Takaya has lost 9 times in his career, 4 via knockout, 4 via decision, and once via submission, with wins over Bibiano Fernandez, Hideo Tokoro, and Joachim Hansen. Oddsmakers like Takaya, but I like Karakhanyan. He's a younger fighter. He's on a roll right now. He's won 5 in a row. If you're going to beat him, you got to be one of the best in the game. And I think Karakhanyan is going to come into Japan and pick up a win and surprise a lot of people. I like Karakhanyan to beat Takaya on Monday morning in Saitama, Japan.
See, I'm going to go the opposite way. I'm going to say Takaya defeats Karakhanyan in his Dream debut. Although he's coming off a 5-fight win streak, 2-2. He's got some losses against some impressive guys, but I think that Takaya's got impressive wins over some amazing fighters, and that's what is swaying me to go with Takaya.
All right, so Kevin's going to go with the favorite Takaya. I'm going to go with the dog here in Karakhanyan.